Hey, you already know it's your boy 1111, and we want to get into the topic of you're reliving your trauma again, and it's really interesting because we have this selective awareness, meaning that out of all the things we can pay attention to, out of all the things that we can become aware of, a lot of the times we may selectively pay attention to the negative traumatic things that happened to us when we were younger, and we may create a reality that is based around those negative events that happened to us when we were younger, because it's not so much the objective thing that happened, like getting beat and stuff like that. It's just that based on universal law, when you're exposed to a vibration frequently enough, eventually you assimilate that vibration and it becomes a part of your paradigm. So you could be made to frequently experience by people around you energies like shame, energies like self-hatred, doubt, fear, worry, envy, jealousy, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But the more that we are exposed to that negative event, it's going to assimilate itself into our mind, and it's going to make itself a part of our lives because we've experienced it so much. Now the brain, the mind believes that that's a part of its reality. So now your mind has to develop some form of defense mechanism, which may be just as simple as, hey, you know what? There's too many feelings right now, so I may need to shut down my feelings, because you might not remember when you did this when you was younger, but if the emotions in your environment was overwhelming because the adults that was taking care of you did not know what they was doing, then you might come to the conclusion subconsciously that you need to shut down that heart faculty, your ability to feel, so you no longer have to deal with those unprocessed emotions, because your subconscious will automatically do it and your spirit will sign up for it if you can't process that event, or if you don't go through some type of practice that can assist you in becoming lighter again. So via us being exposed repeatedly to an event of an energy, to an event that is emitting a vibration, because everyone around you emits vibrations. So if your caretakers or the environment that you are in is emitting a vibration towards you constantly, that vibration will assimilate itself and become a part of you and stuff like that. And we will start to view our reality through that vibration. So growing up as adults now, we may be living through this optical illusion or through the lenses of our childhood. But what happened to us in our childhood, it happened to us in our childhood, right? But now we're adults and we're trying to navigate through the world while being a healthy, holistic adult, right? But a part of the challenges of being a healthy, holistic adult is being able to process these energies that are stuck inside of your mind, that are stuck inside of your body, because it has been left unprocessed and stuff like that, right? So now that this vibration has penetrated our existence and we've assimilated this vibration, now we have to learn to get rid of this vibration. Now we have to get rid of to exercise this vibration, if you want to speak about it from an exorcist term, because this vibration now has made itself a part of your chakra mechanics. So now that you've received so much input of that energy is naturally going to become your subconscious output, right? So you may have thoughts and feelings that are bubbling up that are related to that event, but it may be just expressed through people, places, and things outside of you in your immediate environment that may not have anything to do with that event, because you're still vibrating at that event. You're aware of that event subconsciously, but it may just bubble up in terms of different thoughts and feelings and different scenarios and stuff like that. But it's just because of a vibrational set point that we still haven't changed. You know what's really interesting? For example, let's say a fat person, goes to the gym, right? I have another example I could tell you. But let's say a fat person goes to the gym, and I did this too. I would go to the gym every day, lose weight, blah, blah, summer body and all that good stuff, blah, blah, nobody cares, right? But the point is, I would subconsciously always gain that weight back, right? Now, the point is this. The point is, since your self-image, since how you see yourself a particular way. You have a particular idea of who you are, how you view yourself. Now, if your physical identity does not match that physicality, the brain will always try to create a scenario to bring you back, right? So no matter how much muscles I put on, no matter, how much weight I lost, my brain was subconsciously creating scenarios to bring me back into that self-image, into that way of viewing myself, into that perception of myself and the world, that optical illusion, because it's what it was comfortable with, right? So now when you're in the process of changing, your mind is not gonna like the fact that you're doing things that are different than the normal set point that you have. If you're thinking thoughts of abundance all of a sudden, and all your life you've been, dirt broke, your mind's not gonna necessarily agree with that paradigm, because all your mind has seen is dirt broke. If you're under the Masonic umbrella of viewing what abundance is, because you could be dirt broke, but you got a bunch of land and you could just put a bunch of seeds in there, and you can have fruits and sell that shit and start your real estate empire. But that's why we live in a paradigm where everything you do, you have to get a license for it. It has to be monitored and regulated by the government, which just limits the degree of abundance, or at least the perception of abundance that we have. Another great example would be, this was a good example, but I forgot about it. So first I said the example of going to the gym, and there was another example after that, but I totally forgot what it was, but it was a great example. But the point is what? The point is that we have already a way of perceiving ourselves. And if we're trying to create a new mentality and you live through a new paradigm, that new paradigm is not going to agree with our old self-image. So the old self-image will always try to pull you back into those same feelings, into these same thought patterns, so you can start to create that reality again, right? Because we've been on that hamster wheel for so long. Getting off that hamster wheel does not make sense to your organs, to your soul, but you're just spirit. You're trying to break free from the limitations of your soul and create a new awareness, and hopefully accumulate an atmosphere and awareness that is way more beneficial than all the negative stuff we may be involved into. So reliving your trauma again is just based on not being able to process and let go of those old energies that are still ingrained in us based on the events that we have been exposed to vibrationally. Becomes a vibration that is embedded in us based on the frequency of how much we experience that event, and based on the intensity of that event. Let's say someone is abusing you, and they abused you in a very intense way because they was frustrated or whatever it is. Like, it's kind of fucked up, because you literally have like women out here that could get molested by their parents. You have little kids getting molested by their relatives and all types of shit. It's just the shit that's going on earth is like really fucked up. And if that person fondled you again and again and again and again, you know how fucked up your mind's gonna become when you grow up? You're gonna start thinking like you have no power. So somebody grabbed you in the street, you might literally believe that you have no power over other people fondling you, because you've already experienced being fondled when you was a little kid. So now growing up, if somebody tries to overpower you and take something by force from you, you might just give up. Now, obviously, a normal person would resist that, but I'm saying this is the power of our mind. This is the power of a perceived event that has happened frequently, and it may have happened intensely. That other person may be very intensely cussing you out, or fondling you, or abusing you in whatever shape and form, and that vibration is going to stay stuck in you. So you might have shame, you might have guilt, you might have doubt about yourself, and all types of stuff. But the point is to be able to let go of those things, because you deserve to be lighter. Now, the person that fondled you, the person that touched you when you was a little kid, man, they fucked up in the head. They really fucked up in the head for even doing that. But at the same time, though, we have to learn to forgive them, because that is part of the process of us letting go of those things that no longer serve us. And hey, we all have fucked up childhoods, but we have a choice though. We can either we can consciously keep on bringing up that childhood emotionally, or and reliving that trauma, or we can just begin to let go of it and begin to create a new reality with our awareness. Now, like I said, it's going to parasitically try to pull you back in. It's going to parasitically try to grab your mind and pull you back into that reality. But you just have to say, thank you, I'm okay. You just have to do some gratitude work. You literally have to take your awareness and you have to put it on something else, and you have to create a new energy field in that area. And there's going to be two awarenesses competing for your attention. The old awareness is going to be a lot stronger because a lot more time and a lot more energy, and you being exposed to that type of trauma at a young age is going to instill it in you a lot deeper. But the new awareness, the new mentality, if you pay attention to that long enough, eventually that will become a whirlwind which will transfigure your life. That will transform your being. That will change how you feel, how you see, how you think, how you go about going about things. And all these things are possible if you just work them. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, hey, I do gotta apologize to everybody for not making these videos consistent, but I do want to remind you as well that I am a person, and sometimes I do fuck up and shit like that. So at the same time, though, my second warning is, don't admire me, don't respect me. Okay, if you do, I appreciate you. But at the end of the day, you're here to admire, respect, and you're here to love yourself. And you could do it through me as an example. But remember, I'm just like you, I'm still learning. But at the same time, though, I have to consciously select. So fuck all the excuses I'm saying. But I made a decision to what? Stop making videos. Why? Because I'm like, life is too hard. It's not worth it. Now, your spirit don't need none of these responsibilities in actuality. Like I don't gotta do nothing. I don't gotta do nothing. All I gotta do is just let go of this bullshit ass Earth planet, shed those awarenesses, and just go somewhere else. That's an option as well. However, I'm consciously choosing to make myself available through my experiences, through my knowledge, through my wisdom, to be of benefit to my fellow spirits that are stuck inside of a soul, that have experienced an event repeatedly that has negatively traumatized them, right? But everything has its benefits and everything has its negatives. You can't rely on people to uplift you, because you should be able to uplift you yourself. Because there's no information that I don't have access to that you don't already have access to. There is no prayer that you can send out that God will not answer. So if you just ask a question, you will receive an answer. You just have to pay attention to that, to receiving that answer, to being open to that answer. That answer will surely come to you. So I'm not more capable, I'm not less capable than anybody. It's just about how I choose to operate and use my faculties for my everyday reality, which I can either serve God's world, or I can just be selfish and serve myself, or I can just decide to just let go of all of the bullshit and just disappear into the darkness, to the night, and be born anew somewhere else. But yeah, he's a spirit in the body. You got a lot of options. Don't relive your traumas. Let go of that shit, because it's not serving you. I know I've been there for a long time, and I know that shit didn't serve me. Right now I'm dealing with like something else, not necessarily like trauma, but yeah. Peace out, y'all. Real stuff.